Hi everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. Hope everyone's doing okay. Today I've come on to do the Margarete Miller Christmas edition of her collage art glue book, and it is #Xmas glue book. And today we are doing December the 18th because I am once again a day behind, simply because yesterday was Saturday the 18th and that was my day of family Christmas, so we have been extremely busy all day. And to be quite honest, by the time our family left, you know, I wasn't really in a good place physically or mentally. I was so tired actually to actually do any crafting afterwards, so I left it for today. Today is Sunday the 19th, so yeah, it was very busy. I mean, we had 6 adults, 2 9-year-olds and a 2-year-old, so we know we've had an awful lot going on. So it was an absolutely fantastic, amazing day. And little Maisie, our 2-year-old granddaughter, who has the rare genetic condition cardiofasciocutaneous syndrome, or CFC for short, she's, you know, she's developing very, very well, but obviously she's not at the development stage of a 2-year-old, and she's tiny for her age, because one of the characteristics is that they don't really eat. They're not interested in food. She drinks her milk. She has a special milk. She doesn't sleep either, but Charlotte has now picked up her prescription for her liquid melatonin, which the specialists are saying should help her sleep a bit better, which then will mean Charlotte will actually get a bit more sleep, because she hasn't had a good night's sleep or a whole night's sleep since Maisie was born. So that's 2 years of going without proper sleep. So I don't know if Charlotte even gets 2 hours a night really. It's on and off all day and all night really. So it was an absolutely beautiful day, because Maisie, because of COVID, for 2 years nearly of her life, she's hardly seen us, and she actually sat on my lap yesterday and let me cuddle her for quite some time, and we were playing, and it was just magical. It really brings a lump to my throat, but yeah, it was magical and worth it, you know, all the hard work. And I just got a bit stressed leading up to it, because it's a lot to, we had a full Christmas dinner, and you know, I got out of the habit really because of COVID, catering and cooking for mum, you know, more than just 2 of us really. So I felt so relieved, you know, when they all said they had a lovely time and that they had a lovely dinner and, you know, enjoyed everything. So so that's the reason why I'm a day behind again. So I do apologize to my subscribers, but I think, you know, I had a good reason really. Anyway, so today is December, we're doing December the 18th, and we're going to do December the 19th, which is today's. So we're doing 2 again today. So the collage assignment for December the 18th yesterday was Christmas stockings, a candy wrapper, something that clicks, text in a foreign language, something grey, and the bonus is a holiday rubber stamping. So I found all of those. So this is what we have. Obviously I've got a few Christmas themed stamps, rubber stamps, so I have, you know, used a few already in the collages. So I have a little robin there, and there's various holly leaves and poinsettias there. There's the Christmas tree, so we may use some of those. What else have I got? Oh, and I did find another stamp. Yes, I've got a little snowman and a Merry Christmas here, so that would be nice. So there's a possibility of doing a bit of stamping. Candy wrapper, well, we've already, obviously we're having company. We've opened our Christmas sweet, so there's a chocolate eclair candy wrapper, or there's a Cadbury's Dairy Milk wrapper there, one of the miniatures. So those are the wrappers I'll use. Christmas stockings, I have a couple of images of Christmas stockings. I have that lovely one there of 3 hanging together, and this beautiful one that's filled with lots of goodies. What else do we need? Something that clicks. Well, I've gone to my collage book and I found an old-fashioned typewriter, which I mean, I had an electric typewriter when I was a teenager, but I do know that these clickety click click click, so these old-fashioned manual ones, so I'm going to put that on. So I really like that. Text in a foreign language, I have a page from a French to English dictionary, so these are all French words and the meanings of them, so that's nice. And in brackets it has the English translation of the word. So I'll give you an example. So on this page we have voisin, which is a neighbour, so that's what that means. Voilà, we all know, we say voilà, that means there is, or look, voilà, or something like that, depending on the context that you're putting it in. So yeah, so that's that side. This side, I mean, a lot of the words sound the same in English as they do in French, actually. So I'm looking for a word that doesn't sound the same in English. So virage is bend in English, and viser is to aim at. So a vang obviously is 20. So that's what we're going to put on there for that. Something grey. I've had a bit of difficulty finding something grey, and I found a lovely grey whale out of my collage sticker book. So this is out of the old antiquities one. You know, it's got some Victorian scenes, and some of the images are very odd indeed. But there's a lovely grey whale there, so we use him. And then obviously the bonus is the holiday stamping. So that's what we're going to do. So we've got our paper here. So I think what we'll do is we will take the ruler and just tear down a little bit of that, just to kind of tear it a bit. So this coming weekend is actually Christmas weekend. I can't believe it, but because we had our family Christmas day yesterday, I'm kind of in a strange place. I feel like, I mean, I've got to work now up to and including Thursday next week, and it's just going to be odd because I feel like I'm in the Christmas mode completely. You know, we've swapped our presents and all of that, so yeah, it's going to be very, very odd. So that's that. So we're going to have to think about whether we use both stockings or both pictures or just the one. So we've got quite a lot to put on here, so maybe we'll have a piece of that one there. So I'm just going to cut round these here, and I don't think I'll cut them out individually. I'm going to cut them out as a trio because I like the fact that they're all hanging up together. So I think we're just going to kind of roughly cut them out. So are you all ready for Christmas? You know, we still have to buy something for our in-laws in Ireland. There's no point in buying an actual physical present because it probably won't ever arrive. So we are thinking of maybe buying them a voucher, we sometimes buy them theatre vouchers because they're big theatre goers, or a kind of a restaurant themed one. But it's difficult to know because Republic of Ireland, it was still quite locked down when we weren't recently. So they've still been wearing masks everywhere, even in the shops and everything, and that was still mandatory, whereas ours wasn't. It was lifted in the UK, but is now mandatory again because of the spread. I don't know, how soon they'll be able to perhaps use the voucher. They're still able to go to the theatre. It's kind of become, well, almost like ours was before, when Boris took away the mask mandatory rule in shops and places. He also said, we could carry on as normal in theatres and things and places like that. So, more or less. So, I think over there they've obviously still been keeping their masks on at all times in public places, and because obviously they're an independent country, so they're doing their own thing. So they've been a lot stricter than we have, and they were going to the theatre last week, and they were umming and ahhing about it because of this new Omicron variant, but they have had their jabs now, I believe, and their booster. So it's a matter of, I'll just do this one while we're at it. It's a matter of waiting and seeing, really. I think they probably did end up going to the theatre, and they said it was going to be 50% capacity, and that they would, obviously have their masks on at all times. So, I mean, they were very strict over there. When we went in the summer, we had to take our COVID passport, and you had to produce that before you could even go into a cafe and have a cup of coffee, and they were, a lot of places were taking your name and number, phone number, to make sure they could track and trace you if necessary, which was very good. So we're not sure what to buy them now, but it will be some sort of voucher, I think. So hence why we've left it a bit late, I guess. Okay, so we've got these stockings. We've got our typewriter. We've got this lovely background of lined vintage coloured paper. We've got our text in another language here. So I think maybe I'm just going to tear some of that down, and maybe we'll have, some up there, some down there. Let's ink round that with the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide. So I'm just going to ink round these pieces. Even if we don't use them, I'll still use them on something else. I'm just going to my collage book. You can see okay. And I have remembered to plug my phone in to the charger, so it's not going to run out of battery like it has done recently a couple of times. I think, that was probably because I had a lot on my mind with regards to this, day yesterday coming up, really. That was my main focus, and has been all week, all of last week. So yes, I hope you guys are all ready for Christmas. Whatever you decide you're doing, be interesting to know what you're up to. There's an awful lot of lead up to Christmas, particularly in the UK, and it just seems for a short while, really, like a day or so, and then it's all gone and over with, really. Okay, so I think maybe perhaps we'll put this Cadbury's Dairy Milk wrapper on this miniature. I think it's identifiable. We've got our Christmas stockings. We could have a piece of our paper behind there, like so, maybe. Have those all hanging off there. We've got our typewriter here. Perhaps we'll have a piece of this down here. Then we've got this massive whale. Where on earth is he going? So we'll have to move that. He is going to have to go somewhere like this, I think. Okay. A Christmas wrapper, maybe. We could kind of put that behind there, maybe, something like that. It's very odd. Don't know about that. I might leave the sweet wrapper off, I don't know. So once I peel him off, he'll be kind of that length. And it would be quite nice maybe to perhaps have another stocking down here, maybe. I don't know. Well, if we leave the wrapper off, we'll need to do the rubber stamping. So let me just put the glue over here a minute. Just get rid of the ruler. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is what we have here so far. So I think that's quite a nice arrangement. Okay, let's stick a few things down. Let's stick the two pieces of foreign text down. So let's get the glue book and we'll use this one because we've already opened this one. Yeah, I could spend ages and ages now wondering where this should go, and I won't. I don't want to overthink it, so that's one of my faults really when it comes to collaging. I think I do have a tendency to overthink things. I'm just going to put that in there like so. And I think what we'll do is we will stamp something in the background. Perhaps we'll stamp, I won't use the robin, we'll stamp maybe Merry Christmas and the snowman. So I've also got a Christmas pudding already on the block, so we can stamp a couple of Christmas puddings, I think, around. I'm just using my VersaFine Vintage Sepia. So I've done a couple of Christmas puddings. Let's do a Merry Christmas now. Just putting that on straight-ish. And let's put a Merry Christmas down here, it would be nice. And perhaps we'll put one over here like this at an angle. Okay. Don't know that we put the snowman on. I think he's quite big. So just have a look over here. Excuse my arm. Let's see what else we have. That is already out. We have these poinsettias, so I think we'll just put those on somewhere. Perhaps we'll have one coming off the side there. Well, that's very nice in the brown, in this sepia. It's very nice. And perhaps we'll have one down here. They may get covered up, who knows. So we'll leave it at that for a minute. We've covered that criteria. I'm going to put this whale on, and I'm just going to pop him down here. So he's going to be swimming along the top of that December the 18th, like so. And I know he's got a bit of blue behind him, but that's the water that he's swimming in. That's the sea. Move those out of the way. Okay. Now, what else do we have? So we have these to go down, which I think will go nicely along there. And just going to grungy up the bits of white. So they're not too glaring. So I think maybe here would be nice. And then this little typewriter can perhaps come down here. And I bet he'll come up a bit if I want to put this I want to put that there like so, which I kind of do really. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to put this down. Press very hard and get it all softened up, because otherwise I'll end up ripping this piece. If you press hard and rub it round like that, it does, I can feel it softening up. Very odd. Glue stick. So I kind of want that there like so, but I don't want to push those down for a minute, so I want to put the typewriter underneath. that. So that's our something that clicks. And then maybe perhaps we'll just put a piece of this, maybe. And maybe we'll have that perhaps behind here. Like so. So that's our sweet wrapper, candy wrapper. Maybe we'll have it tucked under there, so I need to get this down. Let me see, I don't know if this is going to stick down with this glue stick, but we'll give it a go. And we're just going to glue this down in situ, I think. Glue the page and not the piece. Sometimes it's easier. See if that will stick, I'm not sure. It may do. It's the bits on the top of it though, I don't know if they want to stay stuck or not. Let's just give it a good pressing like that. I just see, is there anything else we'd like to stamp? Anything small? Maybe we'll just do a piece of holly. Now, where did I put them? Oh, staring me in the face. This block. So we just have a sprig of holly here and there as well, and that will be it. So I wanted to put a sprig of holly kind of there. And perhaps we'll put one here. Wow, I'm not sure this is going to be one of my favourites, I have to say. It's a bit of a mixture. So that can go in the bin. I don't want that now. So here is December the 18th, hashtag Xmas Collage 18. So we have the Christmas stockings here and here. We have a candy wrapper here, a part of one. Something that clicks, we have an old-fashioned manual typewriter. Text in a foreign language, we have French to English here and here. Something grey, we have this magnificent whale. and the bonus holiday rubber stamping. So Christmas puddings, Merry Christmas, some poinsettias and some sprigs of holly. And that is our collage for December the 18th. Okay, right, I'll just turn you off and I'll be back shortly for today's December the 9th.